Item 485 is titled Intimacy by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions on this item, 24.5 inches wide, 17.5 inches high. The sign value of $50, $17 minimum. Carrie?
Okay. Well, here we meet Alice the Rat once again. We saw her in a formal portrait earlier this evening. We've seen her and her friend or her mate in various guises. Now they seem to be enjoying a little time alone together. There's a pack of Lucky Strikes there on the bed. The sheets and the mattress ticking are beautifully done, apart from the whimsy and the obvious campy charm of this little drawing. We also have very nice draftsmanship. The covers are done with extreme accuracy in the folds. There's a nice composition here, but of course someone is not going to buy it for the composition. People are going to buy it because of the campy appeal of the figures. Those rats really are ubiquitous tonight, and I think they're becoming very popular in the area.
And framed around will really set it off. It's item 485, Intimacy by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions 24.5 inches wide, 17.5 inches high, a sign value of $50 and a $17 minimum on the item. Our next item is item 573, York.
The dimensions 24.5 inches wide by 17.5 inches high. The assigned value $50. The current high bid $72.
Item 485, Intimacy by Brian Swords. The high bid is $92 from Victoria Gardner of Lebanon. Item 573.
High, the assigned value $300, minimum bid $100. I love this next piece. He did me and Brian and Freddie Adams in a piece once. It's really outrageous. This is 481. It's titled Young Alice and the Holy Grail by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions are 24 inches wide, 18 inches high. The assigned value $50. Minimum bid is $17.
And I think we already have an overbid on this particular piece.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Which is pretty terrific. I had to go to school to learn about this particular piece. This is young, I understand it's Alice the Rat holding a box of tricks. And apparently, Mr. Rogers came out on a lucky card from the box of tricks. There's a collage in the background of different cartoon characters and also figures like Captain Kangaroo. It's wonderful, playful, very cheerful. I don't understand it, but I think it's just great. And I'm sure somebody wants it very badly. It's the rat is white with a pink bow, and the background is deep black. I might add that the piece is unframed, so it would require a frame.
It's quite strange, but
very terrific.
Wonderful.
Lots
wonderful.
of energy.
This is item 481, Young Alice and the Holy Grail by Brian Swords of York. And once again, it's 24 inches wide, 18 inches high. The assigned value is $50. Minimum bid is $17. Item number 12, item 481, the whimsical Young Alice and the Holy Grail by Brian Swords of York. It's 24 inches wide, 18 inches high. The assigned value, $50, really doesn't matter because we started with an overbid of $76. But once again, the bidding is still open on that. You can bid higher if you so choose. Item number 1270, the India ink drawing, Beyond by Kim
of Lancaster. Item number 481, Young Alice and the Holy Grail by Brian Swords. The high bid was $80 from Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Sowers of York. Item number 1270.
Now we have a new Hamilton Bank table or area W with some very nice works displayed, thanks to Sue Bowser, who has helped us to arrange the items here. And Yvonne Molsbaugh is going to describe all of them to you right now. We'll stand aside and let you see the first one, beginning with number 651. It is an offset poster. Number 482 is called A Bottle of Tab by Brian Swords of York. His work has been attracting a lot of attention at the auction this year. The dimensions of this piece are 24.5 inches wide by 17.5 inches high. The assigned value is $50. The minimum bid, $17.
And I think a lot of people have been waiting for this to come up. This shows Alice the Rat with a bottle of Tab, a box of matzahs, a clock in the background showing about 4 o'clock, and whether this is AM or PM, it's left to our imagination. The little television set here showing late night or perhaps early afternoon reruns of old cop dramas. It's a wonderfully whimsical cartoon painting, drawing. It uses a lot of techniques in it. I think really this speaks for itself. It is absolutely delightful.
A bottle of Tab, a box of matzahs, and thou, or thee. This is number 482. It's called A Bottle of Tab by Brian Swords of York. It's 24.5 inches by 17.5 inches. The assigned value, $50. Minimum bid, $17. Number 131 is a $33. We can do much, much better. That's not even a full third of the way there. Number 482 is called A Bottle of Tab by Brian Swords of York. It's 24.5 inches wide by 17.5 inches high. The assigned value is $50, and the current bid is $80. $30 above the assigned value. We'd like to see it go even higher. Number 131 is a watercolor title.
Bidder in York. Item number 482, A Bottle of Tab by Brian Swords. The high bid was $150 from Kimberly Clayton of Harrisburg. And item number 131.
$5, and the minimum bid is $25. Number 484 is entitled Aftermath by Brian Swords of York. And the dimensions are 24.5 inches by 17.5 inches. The assigned value is $50. The minimum bid is $17.
This is the last Alice the Rat for this year, I'm afraid.
So.
For all the people who have been fighting over the other ones, you better bid high and bid fast, because poor Alice, this is her farewell for now. This fellow does such wonderful work with these animals that they're so expressive and so well drawn. I think this one is, you know, every one I see, I say this is the best one yet, but I think this one's really great. Little bit of color down in the beer can, little bit of color in the ears and the noses and Alice's hair bow. But just look at the expression on the faces. These are great.
This is number 484. It's called Aftermath by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions are 24.5 inches by 17.5 inches. The assigned value is $50. The minimum bid is $17. And this, as far as I know, as you said, is the last of the Brian Swords work for the auction on 33 for 1988. So
Absolutely.
If you're interested, you better bid high right now. The next item is number 484. It is called Aftermath by Brian Swords of York. 24.5 inches by 17.5 inches. The assigned value is $50. And look at that. We have a bid of $125. Tempted to make a comment about, but I won't. Number 461 is the
high bid was $127 from Joseph Kunkel of Lidditz. Item number 484, Aftermath by Brian Swords. The high bid was $136 from Kimberly Clayton of Harrisburg. And item number 461, an acrylic titled Early Winter Morning by Vivian Rode. The high bid was $81 from Lloyd McCord of Marysville. And those were the high bids from the last Area F.
Yeah, but I meant you bid 115.
Yeah, because I thought it was the